You worked with Hitchcock. What was that like? You did Alfred Hitchcock Presents. You were in Marnie and in Family Plot, his last movie.
Right. And what he was like was I've always said that I was lucky enough so far to work for 6 genius directors. Kazan, who I began under contract to, Hitchcock, a kid named Douglas Trumbull, who was the silent
Hollywood,
running that I did and others, and he won the Oscar for 2001 when he was 22 years old, and for special effects. Alexander Payne, Quentin Tarantino, and Francis Coppola. And everybody always says, well, why do you call them geniuses? I said, because there is nobody on the set, nobody, who works on the crew, who isn't invited daily to go up to any one of those men and say, what is my exact job, sir, in this shot? And they'll tell you. Even if you're way up on a flyway or you're the craft service or whatever it is. Hitchcock was also funny.
He was?
Yeah. And he was a bigger man than people think. His problem was he would not sit. He couldn't get up in the tall director's chair, so he had in the little chair like this. And at the end of the first day, he said to the first AD, he said, I like a word with the crew, if I might have. And he said, yes. So I'm not going to miss the chance to sit next to the guy for 10 weeks. So I sat in my chair the next day. He was so big in the neck, he couldn't turn to look at you. So he just talked forward to everybody. And he started to get up out of a little chair, and the chair went with him because his hips were sticking out the holes of the side. And all he said to me out loud was, he said, Bruce, a hand, please. So I grabbed the legs, and he walked away from me. And he went to the crew, and he said, ladies and gentlemen, I'd just like to thank you for quite a wonderful first day. And they all applauded, and we're on the way to the Dodger game. You know, they wanted out of there. And he said, personally. So they all kind of stopped. 78 people on a set at Universal. And this is 1975, and he's got a Jarvik heart. He had the number 7 of the Jarvik hearts. And he says, 1 minute. And he started walking around, and he walked around, shook the hand, and told every single individual, one by their first name after 1 day. And there's nobody talking in his ear, looking at a piece of paper.
Watch new episodes of Larry King Now Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on demand on Aura TV and Hulu.